All right. Good evening, everyone. Me and my colleagues would like to present to you a proposal. We're proposing that the ART bus system be the only bus system operating along Central Avenue. A little background information on the ART bus system. It began service in November of 2019, and the total construction of the ART bus system cost around $130 million. It was created to replace both the 776 and 777 bus lines that also ran along Central. The Route 66 bus line, however, remained after the ART bus system had finished construction, and it still remains in operation today. Now, this causes multiple problems along Central Avenue, one being it can cause traffic. The ART bus system was set up to have its own designated lane in the middle of Central, and when the ART bus system and Route 66 bus system routes sync up, you can get a situation where both lanes are taken up by a bus, and this can cause huge traffic jams, and these traffic jams can cause Central to be very unnavigable, and it decreases customers in the area, and businesses suffer. They lose out on profits. It's also just a waste of resources. So we have constructed a plan to remove the Route 66 bus line from Central Avenue, and it would start with constructing a few more ART bus stops to accommodate for some Route 66 bus stops being removed. We would also fund more electric scooters along Central Avenue for those who relied on the Route 66 bus system and whose destinations are farther away from the new bus stops, the new ART bus stops. All Route 66 bus stops will need to be demolished and cleared, and the holes left over from the Route 66 bus stops will need to be filled with cement. And this change in public transformation will obviously need to be made known to the public. We have, this is just a picture of an ART bus stop at night. I think it looks pretty cool, and this is just a picture of the electric scooters that could be funded by the city to provide people whose destination isn't in walking proximity to the bus stop a way to travel to that destination. So we laid out the cost of labor for removing Route 66 bus stops. It depends on the size of the crew, the amount they are paid, and the duration of the job. We figured if it takes a crew of 10 men 2 hours to remove a Route 66 bus stop, and they're being paid $16.50 an hour, the estimated cost of labor would be $330 per bus stop. Since there are 66 Route 66 bus stops, the total cost of labor for this crew would be $21,780. The cost of scooters, electric scooters that I had mentioned before, would total around $30,000. We would want 100 more scooters to be funded, and each scooter costs around $300 a piece. So the labor cost plus the cost of adding more electric scooters comes out to be around $31,780. And if the Route 66 bus line is discontinued, the money saved by the city from removing this bus system could be the funding for these electric scooters along Central. So the direct benefits of removing this Route 66 line from Central would be extra buses could be held on reserve for the ART bus system. If a bus breaks down, we have another. If an extra bus is needed during a busy time, holidays, things like that, we have another. Money would also be saved. Drivers wouldn't have to be paid for Route 66 buses anymore. Gas Route 66 buses wouldn't have to be paid for anymore. And maintenance on Route 66 bus stops and buses wouldn't have to be paid for anymore. Some indirect benefits of removing the Route 66 bus stops include the electric scooter program could provide another source of income for the city. People would have to probably use an app to purchase a certain number of miles or a certain amount of time on the scooter. The more navigable Central would see more customers for businesses, returning this area of Albuquerque to a flourishing tourist destination. Central is very hard to navigate now. It's a huge hassle to get from point A to point B on Central. The Route 66 bus system causing some of this traffic and backup, things like that. With the returning tourists, the paid parking lots would also see an increase in profits, which this money would also go right back into the city of Albuquerque. And this money, these new sources of revenue or income, could be put towards the tragic homeless epidemic that has been getting worse and worse and worse in Albuquerque. So, in conclusion, the ART bus system should be the sole bus system operating along Central Avenue. The Route 66 bus system increases traffic and decreases business along Central Avenue, as well as waste resources. The cost is minimal, and the possible benefits are great. Money could be saved by the city and put toward different causes around Albuquerque. Thank you.